Welcome, guys. Telestians is what we're checking out today. This is a game that's sort of based off older games, like classic turn based strategies from the early 90s. And I just kind of wanted to do a let's play, kind of give you an idea of what it's like. I think for people who have never played it give you an opportunity here to sort of see what the game's all about. And for those who have played, it's a way to kind of see maybe some of the features or some of the options you might not have yet seen. So let's get into it. Uh, Telestians has 9 factions. I think that's the main thing I just want to tell you real quick. So we have barbarians, we have like a chaos horde, we have the dwarves, elves, knights, Gadiantans, which are like these guys right here. Uh, we have orcs, reptilians, and undead. So you can play as any of them. Uh, Today, just going to do a new game, and I'm going to do the knights. The knights are kind of like a balanced, balanced faction. There's nothing like crazy that you would expect out of them. But they do have one bonus that I really like is they get an extra strength boost when taking over castles, and I find that pretty useful. Um, so we're gonna go random map. There's a few options here. We could do tutorial, we could do some scenarios. If you've downloaded any scenarios or created any scenarios, you'll see them listed here. But we're just gonna go random map today. Map size, I'm gonna stick with large. Biome, they just had an update, like I want to say like late September 2023. There's a free update, so if you have the game already, make sure you update it there through Steam. But they came out with a desert biome, hellscape, and snowlands, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna do grasslands today. I'm just gonna kind of leave the terrain layout like as default, but as you can see, you could make the jungle like no jungle, or maximize the amount of jungle that you see on the map. Mountains, water, wetlands, which is like marsh or swamp, snowmire. This is good. Like if you're playing an undead game, you might want to build this out because undead gets bonuses in the swamp. So you might want to max that out a bit more, just like for your advantage or for your fun. Of course, woods. And over here, this is where we talk about factions. So the game defaults to like all 9 factions being here. You can see, as I said earlier, barbarians, chaos, dwarves, elves, Gadiantans, knights, orcs, reptilians, undead. Now, the way this is ordered, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, so this person will actually have their turn first in the game, which can give you a slight advantage, right? So if you're just trying to make things harder on yourself, start as player 9. We're gonna start as the human player in turn 1, and we'll go knights. And the cool thing too is you can create like ally games. So if you are the same color, that means you're an ally in the game. So for instance, if I wanted like knights and the dwarves and like elves to all be on the same team, we'll switch these guys to barbarians, right? So in this case, it's kind of like, all right, chaos is its own team, but knights, dwarves, and elves are all on one team, and then Gadiantans are on their own team, and so on. So it's kind of cool, especially if you like want to reenact some like cool fantasy battles or scenes, like Lord of the Rings or something like this, right? You can kind of put people on teams and play it out. Today, though, we're just gonna keep it all colored. Also, I'm going to just keep it limited to like, I don't know, maybe 4 teams for now. This game can actually be pretty challenging, or at least for me. So I will keep the difficulty on Squire. They have a Baron and Warlord mode as well. You can go. I'll go into detail with that like later on, kind of the differences between what I've found here. Don't really need any advanced settings. Monster events, merchant events. Monster events is like random monsters appearing, and you'll sometimes get some like crazy monsters like dragons and stuff that show up, cause havoc. And merchant events, this is like pretty cool too, because you'll have these random guys come out and they'll sell magical weapons or different things to your heroes, and we'll get into that too later, but I'm just going to leave everything default for now. So we'll play as knights, we're going to go against chaos, we're going to go against dwarves, we'll go against elves, and let's give it a go. So the first thing that happens is you start out with a hero. You can name them whatever you want. I'll just leave the default as Count Charles. And it will tell you, as this gets exposed and you build out your map, you'll sort of get an idea of where your hero showed up, because he'll appear at one of your castles. So we'll go here. And then the first thing we want to do is figure out what we want to build. But let's take a quick look at this castle HUD. So over here, there's 16 spots. And this is where your defenders of the castle will be. So you can store up to 16 of your units to guard the castle. And if you right click, you get this little window that will pop up and tell you. So it will tell you the army's name, tell you how strong they are. So 6 is our hero's strength right now. He has 3 hit points. He can move 16. He has his full movement left, so he's 16 out of 16. He can see 2 squares, and he doesn't cost any gold every turn to upkeep. So heroes are free, and they don't cost anything to maintain. This talks about our castle itself. So it's a level 3 castle, which is the highest you can get, right? So it starts at 1, 2, 3, and then this tells you how much gold you get per turn from this castle. So we'll be getting 68 gold from this turn. Levels max, so we can't upgrade it. Again, mini map. And then over here, the conscript shows us who we can build out. So if you right click it on, again, if you right click on like icon these armies anywhere in the game, you can usually see a quick look of what their abilities are. So here's probably the weakest unit. He has a strength 3, hit points 2, 16, right? It takes 1 turn to build, and it's a 1 gold piece to upkeep every turn. Just a basic warrior. Here we got a swordsman. He's a little bit stronger, so he went from a strength 3 to a 4. He costs an extra gold, so he's 2 gold pieces a turn. And then we got a knight. He's strength 5, and again, more upkeep, 4 gold pieces, and he also takes 2 turns to build just one of them. So he's strength 5. Our hero defaults to strength 6. And I actually think, I don't even think I know. So the male heroes are slightly stronger in their stats than the female heroes. Whether you think that's realistic or not, that's the way it's set in this fantasy game. And then here we have a Pegasus. So these units are awesome. Every faction kind of has a similar build. They'll have weaker units, they'll have stronger units that take longer to build. So depending on your strat and where you are in the game, you'll want to build units like this. So here we got a Pegasus, so it's awesome. It has strength 7, super high. Costs a bit more to upkeep and takes longer to build, but you get these bonuses. And so let me tell you about these bonuses real quick. So fly is great. Usually as you move through terrain, it takes up movement points. So like going through grass or on a road doesn't take up as much movement, but going on mountains, hills, swamp, it eats up a lot more movement points. But with fly, you can just fly over anything, and it's always 2 movement points. So they can get really far, scout things out. Mountain means I can go on a mountain tile, show you that later. And oversize means if I'm fighting against another unit that's not oversized, so someone that doesn't have this bonus, I get a +1 strength against them because I'm big. So I'm actually going to start out, so we got movement 16, so I'm going to build a few of these guys. This is your queue, so it will build this guy first and it will go immediately to the next one. I'm going to build a few of these guys, and then I'm going to build something kind of like this. Just because I do want to get one Pegasus out. This will loop my production, so that as soon as this guy's built, like the Pegasus will move to 4, the Knight will move to 3, and then this guy will move to spot 5, and it will just auto build over and over again. This button, we can automatically fortify them in the castle, but I don't want to fortify them because I want to explore. So I'll just stop there for now. Let's get into it. So here's our Knight, and we look like we're kind of on the right side of the map. Here's our sub menu, or our map menu, and we can press this button to pull up the world map. And here we are. We actually got a good location. I like this. So one reason I like this is we can kind of scout this area of the map for castles. And if we can kind of conquer this area sort of behind this ridge line of mountains, then I really only have to worry about people attacking, right? We just have to worry about people attacking from here and people attacking this way. This is kind of nice too because water can slow people down a bit in their movement, so it might reduce people getting this way. And I also see that these are swamp icons. So there's a bit of a swamp, so unless undead's right here, it's going to slow people down to attack us. So I do like the start of this location. This is great. If you start in the middle, somewhere here, like say by this lone mountain out here in the woods, it can be really tough because you'll have people attacking you from all different directions. But that's great. So I'm going to work my way up and then just kind of around. This button lets us go back to our unit, and let's see what we got. All right. We have level 3 ancient ruins. Okay, so these are cool. These ruins can be searched by your hero, and you'll either get gold or allies or a monster. But what happens is at a level 3, you could get some crazy monster like a Hydra or something, and we are not ready to take that on. Our unit will die. We could get lucky and just get some gold pieces and not encounter anyone, but there's really not a way to check. So I'm going to just move on for now. And okay, we're already at the edge of the map, so let's just kind of circle around, and that's all we can do. So here's the end turn. Wait for everyone else to go. And now it's our turn again. So our unit got moved. And as you can see how like through auto rotation, we're going to just keep moving up. So we'll have this guy help explore too. I'm going to have him just go here for a second. Okay, nothing over there. And again, this is woods, jungle, my bad. This is jungle. So it takes a bit more movement out of my unit, so I'm going to try to avoid it as I explore down here. Okay, here's that mountain range. Okay, that's max movement. Let's see. So basically I'm looking for castles, I'm looking for ruins. And that's kind of what I'm going to do early game, is just sort of get an idea what is around me. Okay, so we got a castle here. This is a neutral castle. This little icon popped up with the question mark. So we can see it's a level 1 castle. It's owned by a neutral player, so nothing too crazy there. Let's see what we got. So he's in the woods. Fort Flamewick. Production is neutral, so we got 4 brave men. That's pretty basic. That's pretty easy to take over. I don't think you're going to see much less than that. You might see like 3 brave men guarding a castle, but it's about as weak as a castle gets, so I guess that's kind of nice. We will definitely circle back to that very quickly. I do want to still look around here a little bit. Got 6. Let's come in here. Okay, used all my movement points. Alright, let's get into this woods. Okay, here's another castle. 3. Okay, so we got 3 guys here. 1, 2, 3. Let's head to the next one. Alright. Come on down. Castle Line Ridge. Let's get our units prepped to take over this castle. Alright, bring our hero down. Where do I want to take him? I'm going to keep him close because I do want to take over this castle. Alright, we got another castle. Here we have 4 brave men and 3 brave warriors. Okay, it can be a little bit harder to take over this one. So one rookie mistake I see a lot of people playing with this game is they'll bring 1 or 2 units to fight a castle. It doesn't work like that. It's not this thing where you just, within 5 turns you're taking over your first castle. You have to, build up your armies and then strategically decide which castle you want. So right now I see we're here. We can go different directions. I still think this one's the best, and maybe this one down here next. But let's just keep moving here. Go back that way. One thing that's... so I can kind of edge out that there's a ruin. I was just about to say, it's kind of a bummer we're not really getting any ruins yet. This guy has some things. Here's a ruin, actually. What do we got? Yeah, level 3. Man, we are just... what's this one? Level 2. Okay. We are going to take on this level 2. We're going to move over here. Did I get everybody? So I can use this arrow key to kind of look through everybody. Here's movement points left, so we're looking at like 1 movement point left. 2, 1, yeah. So we've moved everybody. Alright, so we will grab this guy. Now, I'm actually going to bring him up here. Get ready to take over that. We're going to bring the knight in here, or the hero in here. Now here's another little thing to know, and there's a tome down here. If you open this up, it gives you a bunch of information about the game. You can kind of read through. It's pretty interesting and like a lot of insightfulness. So like, what's a locus? Or is that how you say it? I don't even know. I'll call it locust, but maybe you pronounce it differently. I'll have to look that up. But this is like an army of, and you can go through and you can see heroes, ruins, temples, a lot of good info. But one thing that isn't as obvious, when you have a hero searching, if you bring a unit with you, so we'll cross the water and then we'll come right in here. If you bring a unit with you, you will get like an extra bonus if you're attacking a monster. Now, it only gives you a bonus with 1 unit, so it doesn't matter if you have 5 units or 1. And it also doesn't matter the strength of the unit. So like, say I had a dragon that's really powerful in this game. It's not going to, for searching a ruin specifically, not against attacking somebody, but for searching a ruin, the dragon will give you the same bonus as like this swords person. So it's basically just saying if there's like a companion to the hero, they're going to give you a slight bonus. So that's something kind of interesting to note. Also, as you can see, I moved these 2 together. I now have a group, which I call a locus. So here we have 2 guys. You can see on the flag, these symbols represent a number. So this one's pretty easy. It just shows 2. This one is a 4. I don't want to attack just yet, but so you can see there's 4 people. So this symbol right here means there's 4. This symbol means 3. So as you play the game, you'll start to like learn and memorize what these different things are. Also, if we look at the castle, we see we got 1 more turn for the knight. So the plan here is, I'm actually going to stop now in this first video, but we'll take the knight, we'll bring him over, we'll search this ruin area, and then we'll combine them all together and take over our first castle. So anyway, just trying to keep the videos around like 20 minutes, and check out the next video. It should already be up and ready for you to watch. Thanks, guys.